Hey, Hope Church, Pastor Andy coming to you today with a short video. I am on the phone actually right now. This is a Zoom call recorded with Teddy Sorrells, who is up in Gladewater, Texas. And Teddy is one of our church plant partners. So Teddy, why don't you take a minute and introduce yourself, beyond the name that I just gave them. Tell the people of Hope Church again about your ministry, maybe a brief overview of your call to ministry and why you feel God's called you to Gladewater, Texas.
Okay, Andy, thank you. Thank you, Hope Church, for all that you are doing. I was just telling Andy before we hit record on this video how wonderful it is to have partnerships in gospel ministry. I say it often, and I don't know that I say it often enough, that Living Water Church does not exist. We don't happen without the kinds of partnership like Hope Church and what you guys do. But in COVID, the Lord just burdened our hearts to plant. I thought maybe I was going to go west, Phoenix, Denver, the Bay Area. We had partnerships out there with church planters, and I really loved that area. The lostness in that area is so great. It's like, hey, that's where I want to go because I'm a evangelist by heart, and I just want to go tell people about Jesus. And so as Marilyn and I prayed and fasted through that, God just kept burdening her heart really for Gladewater. We live in Gladewater. I was born in Gladewater. I've been trying to leave Gladewater my entire life. But Marilyn just kept coming back and says, I think it's Gladewater. I'm like, honey, it's got to be like Moses, God, burning bush, take your shoes off, you're standing on holy ground kind of moment. She goes, I don't know if God's going to talk to you that way, but I'm just saying, I think it's Gladewater. So, I didn't need a burning bush. I just needed the Holy Spirit's discernment through my wife, Marilyn. Yeah. And so I called our state, SBTC state, Tony Wolf, who was here at the time. He's now in South Carolina, and said, hey, can you just send me all of our demographics on Gladewater? I didn't think anything would surprise me. But as I was digging through those demographics, two things really jumped out. One was that almost half, 49.6% of the people in Gladewater are millennials and Gen Z, which is crazy because I'm like, we think Gladewater is a bunch of old people. It's known for antiques. Mm-hmm. And then 25% of Gladewater residents are single mom homes. Mm-hmm. And so Marilyn and I both come from single mom homes. We both have a passion for the next generation. And that was just it for us. It's like, okay, it's Gladewater. Let's go get it. And God just spoke to my heart and just basically said to me, Teddy, these are, Gladewater, it's your people. Who better to reach these people than you? So go get them. So we hit the ground running.
So out of all of that is how God birthed in your heart the idea for Living Water Church in Gladewater. And recently you guys had a big milestone. So why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, so September 10th, a couple of Sundays ago, we celebrated 2 years as an official church. It was an amazing celebration. I really love what you're doing here about, just kind of sharing these milestone moments. Your pastor, Justin, has shared with me a number of times, hey, we have to celebrate wins. And so, man, I'm just all about celebrating, and I want to celebrate more. So we made it a big deal to celebrate 2 years. We had 9 baptisms over last year. We've had 7 outreach events where we've had multiple gospel conversations and multiple salvations that have come out of that. We have seen God grow our church in a way where core group, like the growth of our church is now larger by a long shot than our core group was when we started. One of the cool things, another milestone moment that we celebrate is that we shared I had some folks share testimonies about what God's done in their lives and why they're at Living Water Church. And then I read some of those testimonies. And so 4 of those testimonies come from Laterno University students here. We have Laterno University is in Longview, mm-hmm. and Laterno University is it's a big aeronautics engineering school, and smart kids come to this school, and Man, the way that God has just brought some of those students to us in Gladewater, it's miraculous.
Mm.
And we started a life group, a small group on their campus
Nice.
every week. And so these college students are coming from Laterno for no other reason. Like we don't have a college ministry. We don't have some really cool college things going on. We're just trying to reach Gladewater for the gospel, and these college students have come and they've joined in that, and they're worshiping with us, engaging in us, and we're doing life with them. And man, I'm just so amazed by that, because there are other churches that are doing some great things in college ministry that are close in East Texas for these students to go to, but they're coming to us, and I'm like, all right, well, we gotta, it's that whole Henry Blackaby experiencing God thing. You need to go where God is working, and experience God. So we saw God working in that, and so we're joining God in that work.
How about maybe one or two high-level prayer needs for Living Water Church? How can Hope Church pray for Living Water and the ministry that's going on there?
Yeah, one of the greatest prayer requests that I have is that you would pray that we keep momentum. Momentum is you guys know it. Momentum is so hard. During the summer, man, it's all hands on deck, man. We dive in. It's outreach after outreach after outreach. Now we schedule a lot of them throughout the year. September, we take a little break because we're just coming out of the summer, and then we go back. Like we have 3 outreaches in October. And then you kind of fall off at holiday time, right? We just kind of, and last year I felt like we lost some momentum there, and it was kind of, we had to build that back up into the spring and then geared back in. And I'm just praying that God would continue to light a fire in our church, keep us motivated even through the holiday time. And we're kind of praying about some things to kind of do, to just kind of, it doesn't have to be like real big, but just kind of keep momentum. But momentum's nothing without the Spirit of God. If the Holy Spirit doesn't go before us, then we don't want to go. So that's a big prayer request. And then secondly, just for our leaders, just pray for our leaders that we can continue to reproduce leaders, and leaders would grow and move in their areas of leadership.
What about a couple of connection points? How can the people of Hope Church stay connected with either the ministry that God has called you to personally, or with Living Water Church?
Yeah, so continue to go on mission with us. I mean, you guys are one of our first mission teams that we had to come to Gladewater. One of the things that when it comes to church planning and outreach, it's hard for us to do outreach without mission teams, because it's people. we need people to come and help with that. And so there's been a couple of times where we had scheduled some mission teams, and for undue circumstances or whatever, they'd have to back out, and those aren't nearly as successful as when we have a group come. So continue to pray about how you can come on mission with us. And then, man, I'm really, because we're starting to build a group that's starting to ask about mission ourselves and within our body and with our DNA. Maybe there's an opportunity for us to come go on mission with you guys at Hope Church, to really kind of see how that partnership just kind of works hand in hand together, back and forth, and how we can share in gospel advancement in both places. Yeah,
I love person to person connection points. That's always a better way to do ministry. Beyond that, you guys have a website that our folks can get connected to. What's that address?
So our website is lwcgladewater.com. That's the initials for Living Water Church, lwcgladewater.com. Go on there, check out our website, but follow us on all the social media platforms, because it's like, that's a big deal these days, and how you guys do a good job on your social media platforms. So follow us on that, and you'll really kind of keep in touch. You'll see everything that we do, because it all goes up on social media. And awesome. You can Just
Yeah.
search whatever. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all three.
Okay. Awesome. Man, thanks, Teddy, so much, man. I love the opportunity to talk with you and catch up and hear your heart for ministry again. Love you guys and love your family. And we'll continue to commit as Hope Church to pray for you and pray for the Holy Spirit to lead the charge in East Texas. And thanks for the time and the update. We appreciate your partnership and ministry as well.